Hey guys. So, here at Inbound FinTech, we made a major shift. We moved from being a marketing agency to a full service consultancy for high growth fintechs. But when you sell complex consulting, such as data, RevOps, custom development, simple quoting tools break. You can't capture the level of complexity in a spreadsheet without making mistakes. So, we built our own solutions. We architected this internal CPQ to prove that we don't just talk about revenue operations, we build actual infrastructure that powers it. So, let me walk you through the logic. Starting at our first step, which is going to be our services selection tab. It all starts here with our six core service pillars: HubSpot, AI solutions, data, revenue operations, development, and accelerator support bundles. We aren't just picking random tasks, we are selecting from a structured architecture of sub services. So I'm going to say for data, I'm going to need some data integration and tracking and web design and development services. But of course, context is king. In this extra text section below, we don't just list our items, we input the summary of requirements and our solutions details. This forces our team to align the tech solutions directly to the client's business problem before we ever talk about price. We'll go up to our next step, which is going to be our parameters tab. Now, this is the engine room, the configuration step. We don't guess hours, we configure parameters. So let's say for the web design. So as you're watching this, if I'm scoping out a website, I'm not going to be just typing out a fee. I'm going to be asking it, how many pages do I need? And do we need any UX research? So the type of web project is going to be design and development. Well, let's do 2 key pages. And we're going to include some UX research and maybe some IA, informational architecture. And as I tweak these parameters in the sidebar, if you look at the top left, the total prices will be noticed over here, and that always updates in real time. Simultaneously, that specific module price updates within the sidebar. This dynamic pricing ensures that every specific tweak, whether adding in a language or increasing user count, is accurately captured within the margins. Let me just do some data integration. We want some analytics health checks, Search Console health check, and Tag Manager health check. All right. After we've done that, we move on to the third step. Now, this is going to be our line items generation tab. Once the parameters are set, we move to the build. This view breaks down every single SKU and deliverable derived from those previous choices. Here we can apply global logic. Our project management percentage, which has a floor of 20% to ensure delivery quality. And once I've reviewed and I'm satisfied, I will click the generate line items. Well, this will not just print out a PDF, it pushes the data. It instantly populates the HubSpot deals sidebar with every single line item all ready for tracking. Okay, we're done there. As you'll notice, these are going to be all our line items. Once confirmed, you're going to click on add a quotation, which moves us to our final step, the quote wizard. So finally, we're going to turn this data into a client asset. We're going to move through a 6-step wizard that pulls the buyer information and contact details directly from our CRM records with no manual entry errors. Second step will be our information as a sender, project owner. Of course, we are Inbound FinTech. Here we're going to do our final review of line items, where we're going to tweak our unit pricing, any discounts for specific line items that have been approved, timeline focus, whether we want to start it now or a month or two later. Move on to the next step, where we're going to add on our signature and our payment terms. Following that will be our selecting our final template. Once we do that, we move on to the last step, which is going to be our final review of our quotation, which has everything we require from summary of requirements, solutions overview, budgets and timelines, and a detailed description into the solution. The system ensures that the complex logic we built in the background is presented simply and clearly to the client. So we built this because we needed a system that could handle the complexity of modern fintech consulting. And that is the key takeaway. If your sales process is struggling with complex configurations, disconnected data, or slow turnaround times, we can build this architecture for you. This is our services version 0. It's how we scale, and it's how we help our clients to scale too.